Well, we're buying $200 billion worth of bonds, so that's a pretty big deal. You've seen mortgage rates actually go into the fives today. That is a huge deal for the American people. So you've got the ban on institutional home buying, plus you got mortgage rates in the 5%. This is a huge week for housing in the country. We've completely changed the narrative on housing, I think, especially after these last 4 years of hell that we've had in the housing market.
The Trump administration touting progress in reforming the housing market. President Trump announced a ban on corporate purchases of single-family homes last week. And he ordered government-backed firms, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, to buy $200 billion in mortgage-backed securities. Mr. Trump took to Truth Social saying, quote, "People live in homes, not corporations." Joining us now, Dominic Tavella, president and CIO at Lebenthal Global Advisors. So, for instance, this bond buyback, what does that do for the housing market, Dominic?
Well, it does put downward pressure on mortgage rates. And in fact, we saw about 0.25%, a little less, mortgage rates, 30-year mortgage rate just dropped just under 6%. So it did help. And we're grateful. I mean, anything this administration can do to ease up the regulations and ease up the affordability, we're all in on that. But when we do some quick math on a 0.25% drop on a 30-year mortgage, I actually ran the numbers on a $400,000 mortgage. It saved about $70 a month, John. So again, we'll take it. We're thrilled. We'll anything that puts money in our pocket, I'm all for it. But $70 a month does not make that house more affordable.
The president put out that post on Truth Social, "People live in homes, not corporations," and he wants to ban corporate buying of single-family homes. 300,000 homes nationwide, according to our graphic, 300,000 homes nationwide are owned by corporations as investments, nearly 2% of all U.S. single-family rentals, because that's what they do. They buy them and they rent them. So if the president can get that practice stopped, is that going to make another significant difference?
I wouldn't use the word significant, John, in all fairness, right? So we're looking at 300,000 homes in a country that has millions of homes. Now, if they were forced to sell 300,000 homes and drop them on the market all in one day, then the market would be flooded, and that would be depressing to prices. But the idea that they can't buy the next home or the one after that or a couple of thousand homes in the big scheme of things is not really going to move the needle again. And more importantly, these large corporations, the BlackRocks, the Blackstones of the world, they're not typically looking to buy one house on your block. They're looking to buy big blocks of homes that are maybe in an apartment complex, a condo complex where they can't sell them all. They're looking to buy these big blocks, these multiple unit institutional type buying. So they're not typically down the street looking to buy a house on your block.
Right. But in some markets, corporate ownership is significant. Look at Memphis, Tennessee, and the adjoining Mississippi and Arkansas areas. 25% of the housing is owned by big corporations. In St. Louis, Missouri, and across the border in Illinois, almost 21%, 19% in Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas, 18% in San Antonio, and almost 18% in Birmingham, Alabama. So again, those are big numbers.
Yeah, so we talk about real estate being regional, right? So the 2% number is across the country, but it's not equally 2% across every city, every state. So where this policy might have some concentrated effect is in regions like that. And you can even throw in, Southeast Florida as another example. This is where these institutions were able to come in and gobble up large blocks. So again, it's about the next home they're going to buy. If they were forced to sell the existing inventory, that might have a real effect, especially in these markets, but it's about that next home. So if they're limited, that would put some downward pressure on demand. That would make some softening of prices. The sellers might not be too happy, but the buyers certainly would have a better opportunity to compete.
Yeah,
it would help.
Other people who are trying to sell houses in those markets all of a sudden would have more trouble selling them. So, yeah,
they would have a significant buyer out of that market, right? But if we have a quick minute, what really has helped and really flown underneath the radar is the availability to take that deduction for anybody that's a senior. It's up to $12,000 if you are married. The state and local tax deduction, which is now $40,000. Those two combined can literally mean thousands of dollars in tax savings, maybe thousands per month. That makes the next home purchase more affordable.
Dominic Tavella from Lebenthal. Dominic, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.